All right, right back at you again on this Saturday, y'all. Nice weather going on. Everything is all good. Everything is all good. Maryland, I cannot forget about you. I will not forget about you. All right. Actually, I just left Maryland and put my numbers in. Maryland, we got a lot to talk about. All right. Where are we going to start with Maryland today? Maryland, today I'm going to simply say once again, play 769. You clearly see it going diagonally, right? 769. We're actually moving off yesterday's number 635. Maryland, it should be something brewing today. You know, you gotta, I'm gonna say we because I'm playing Maryland today. We got a heavy load today. There's that 1625 once again. You know, I'd say it and I say it a whole lot of times. I will say play this number in all states like I did just yesterday, and it came out in Michigan. All right. Whenever you see that number 1625, if you hear me play it, if you hear me say play it, please play it. If you see that it's lined up, I don't have to say a word to you. Just play the number, guys. It doesn't get easier than this. Whenever I have this grid out and you just see that number right there in those square boxes, 1625, please play the number. It is that easy. I mentioned it yesterday. You could play it in all states. It came out in Michigan, all right? So let's just move right along. In Maryland, what are we going to do today? Like I said, go ahead and play 769 today in Maryland. If you look up there to the far right, you have 331. Shout out to my man, Ghetto Hills, my man. That's my family right there. I'm making a video right now, bro. I got you in for DC. I got us in for DC. All right. You have up top 1127. You could take away the 7 and you can just go 112. Mississippi, you can join in if you choose to. I'm going to let Mississippi know, and it should be some easy money. You already had 112. Please play 058. That's all you have to do is play 058. If you already had that, disregard. But if you had the 112, and if whatever state you're in, if you had 112, I like it in that form of 112 because it will simply give you 058. If you see 211, it will give you 290. It's the same number, but it's different forms of a combination that will allow other numbers to come out. So we're going to move right along with Maryland. You can go ahead and go 1967. You clearly see it where the 6 is lined up at. You see it, 1967. We're going to try to get some 4 digits, guys. You can go 3431. That is an awesome number. Put it in Maryland today. Oh my goodness, I almost want to turn right back around and go play this number. I'm going to be so mad if this number come out. I'm going to be so mad because I should have viewed this before I left the store. 3431, guys. Please play it. If you on this page and you play numbers in Maryland, please play 3431. Play it 3431. You see it there, 3341. That's box, but play it 3431. That number will come out in Maryland, guys. Trust and believe it. You have 1485 right there staring at you. 1485. You see the 1485 that just came in Virginia. I always mentions this number quite often, all right? So, again, if you viewing me this morning, God bless you. We got life this morning. If you viewing me and you hearing me speak these numbers out, if you feel like you want to play them in your state, please play them. But I'm running this number off of Maryland's 365. Okay, so this number right here that I got lined up is allowing you to view all these other numbers. That's why I always say, if I didn't say play this number in your state, so happen if the number do come out, you know, oh well. But today, I'm clearly saying play 1625. I'm clearly saying today you could play 769. You know, because the bottom line is, viewing numbers in everybody's state, if you just get one number, you can work off the number. See, certain numbers doesn't work for everybody's state. That's plain and simple. Certain numbers does not run for everybody's state. You know, you can get a number and you can decide that you just want to work off it and see what it produce. That's saying like, okay, 125 came out, 152 came out in DC last night. So we're going to jump off Maryland. We're going to go ahead and jump to another subject because we're going to get an example. So you see all these numbers. Like today, 116 can show up in DC because that's a total of 8. All simply because DC had 152 yesterday. So you can play 116 in DC. You can play 116 in DC, but we're going to jump right off of Maryland's numbers and we're going to line DC up once again. I'm going to give you a perfect example. All right. So we're going to just jump off of DC. We're going to jump off of Maryland and we're going to go to DC now. So we right back on DC again. So we on DC. See how I just jumped from Maryland to DC? All right, so here we are in DC. Here we are in DC right now. You got 155. You have triple fours up top. You have triple twos. This is in DC, guys. You have 722 in DC. What else? Let's try to get these 4 digits out the way. You have 1052 in DC. Okay, so we're in DC now, right? You see all these numbers in DC. You got 029, and you see how that 121 is sliced right in the middle of it. That's why I was just speaking of that. If you had 209 or 121, you can play 058. You can play 058. You might be scratching your head like, well, I don't see the numbers that you're saying. That's because I studied lottery posts also. See, I got a few methods that I do, you know, but I'm just telling you from experience, if you ever had 112 in your state, these are the numbers that you might get right before. You might get 235. You might get, what's the other numbers that triggers off 211? You might get 209, of course. 235, that's another number. And like I said, 805. If you ever looking for 211, that should put your antennas up. If you ever looking for 211, 112, 112, those are the same numbers, but they will come in different forms and different numbers will be produced before and after the number. So here's DC, right? We're going to jump right back into Maryland once again, and let's see how the numbers just changed. Let's see. So I don't want anybody to be getting confused about nothing, right? So we jump right back to Maryland again. Last night numbers was 365. So you don't see nothing that was pertaining anything from DC. Well, okay. So bingo, we just left DC and 112 was mentioned in DC. So here we are in Maryland. Here we are in Maryland now, and we see 112 again. So you can play 112 in DC and Maryland. See, that's how that goes, guys. All right. So long story short, you might get some numbers that came out in your state, and if it's lined up, you might get the same numbers that's in other states. That's pretty much all what it is, guys. It's a little head scratching sometimes, but if you just understanding what I'm saying and you know you pretty much keyed in to what the lottery is doing, you will be a-okay. All right, perfect example. I'm sure Lexi wouldn't mind. Shout out to Lexi, hit 312 in NY. I had it written down for Jersey, and it came in NY yesterday. And I don't know how that transpired because I'm going to simply tell everybody that New York is on the road, guys. New York is on the road. So if you calling out numbers in New York, you want to make sure you do your homework. You know, make sure you do your homework because New York numbers are flowing very good. There's one more other number that's coming out, and I'm going to let Lexi share it when she hit. We're going to be waiting on Lexi to light this number up. I'm sure she's going to let y'all know. All right, guys, so everyone have a beautiful day. This is Maryland. I haven't forgotten Maryland. There's Maryland. You get to see all these Good numbers just getting ready to come out. Leave some in the comments. And oh, don't forget the 678. Don't forget the 678, please. So yes, yep. And that's it, guys. I'm gonna just leave you with that, man. I think I might want to turn back around and go ahead and play this 3431, because I'm going to be crying if that number come out. I'm really going to be crying. I'm serious. Is it worth to make a U-turn? Let's see. All right, guys. Well, oh well, if it come out, you know, I mean, it's not going to make me or break me. Like I say, it's 1,000 numbers that can come out, but I think I'm gonna turn back around. Stay tuned, gone.